Hi guys, so what we're going to do here is just run through cable spinal extension using a Cybex Bravo. Again, it's a very unique cable setup where we have this extendable pad that permits us the ability to perform stuff like this. We've already assessed Ryan's ranges of spinal extension, spinal flexion, so we know where it's safe for him to work in. The benefit of these guys, of this movement in general, is the fact that in the typical deadlift scenario, the typical squat scenario where we've got a challenge to the spinal extensors, we're not training them through any significant part of the range. It's an isometric challenge. Here it's permitting us the ability to train these guys through their full range of motion, their lengthened position, all the way through to their fully shortened position in a very safe way. Again, we've set this up in terms of in relation to Ryan's axis of rotation, which is somewhere in this lumbar area. We can see as he goes through the movement, you'll be able to see that it's actually peaking as he's getting into that lengthened position where he's pretty strong, and it's then dropping off as he's getting into the shortened position through extension. So what we've done is we position this pad against Ryan's hips, so we block that axis off so his hips aren't going to move anywhere. He's then going to be in full control of his spine, so he's got to be, that's up to you the coach, to be able to make sure that your client doesn't go through an excessive range of spinal flexion here, because these cables could pull Ryan further than what he has available, and the spine is a very delicate joint structure itself. So Ryan's going to be in control of that. I'll be the eyes there as well. And what he's going to do is he's going to think about flexing through this spine, so he's almost performing an ab curl as he's going through the eccentric portion of this lift. And you can see that if this axis is here, that line of force is somewhat moving further away in terms of that moment arm is increasing ever so slightly. He's gone into what is for him full range of spinal flexion. He's then going to cue extension of the spine and think about slowly extending up through all these guys here whilst keeping these hips locked so his glutes are on. And he's extending back hard through here, shortening these guys fully. So you can see the axis of rotation is in here. That line of force has somewhat got closer in terms of its moment arm, so that's getting easier as he's getting into that very weak position. And again, he's just full control over that range, very slow, and he's getting up into that position, slow and controlled. And again, in terms of training your spinal extensors through their full range of motion, this isn't a bad one to include. If you don't have access to a Cybex Bravo machine, you can rig this up with a bench. Like, if you have a bench that's not so high, you can extend over the top of that. There's certain, rowing back machines rowing machines that have a chest support that will permit you the ability to train spinal extension in this manner to some degree. You might not have the same ability to manipulate the profile of the exercise, but itself, this is a very valuable one to include if we're looking to, again, just complete that full range stimulation for this particular muscle group.